Last night, the Peanuts gang joined us for a very special Thanksgiving episode for The Masked Singer Season 12, as Royal Knight, Sherlock Hound, and Strawberry Shortcake all competed to join Buffaloes, Goo, and Wasp in the quarterfinals next week. Two of them were unmasked, and the other one won Group C, and will be joining them next week. We've got a lot to talk about for this week's recap and review of The Masked Singer Season 12, so let's get into it. So for those who may not be quite sure what happened this week, well, we didn't get an episode yesterday, but we got it. No, we didn't get the episode for Thanksgiving on Wednesday, but we got it on the Thursday. Not quite sure why, but regardless, we got an episode this week, which I'm very happy about, and it was basically Peanuts. If you don't know, the movie, the series, which is basically around Thanksgiving, is basically Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Woodstock, Lucy, can't remember the other characters' names. But honestly, it was so good to see all the characters there. I just think, and I love the Peanuts movie. It's such a great movie. And also we had Robin and Rita open up the show with You Make My Dreams Come True by Hall and Oates. And Hall and Oates are such a great duo. I mean, also especially because John Oates was on the show back in season 10 last year. Back in but technically last year when he was the he was the anteater. So yeah, and the fact that that was nuts. The fact we had John Oates on that year, that was proper wild for me. But anyways, we had Rita and Robin open up the show, and it was fantastic. Both of them have got such great voices. They're so talented. And yeah, I just think it was great open to the show. But with that being said, let's get into the recap and review for this week. And as you can see, it's Peanuts themed. So yeah, we had all these characters here, which I thought was great. So let's go through so starting off, we're going to start off with the Royal Knights, and as before for the group finals, we're going to go in the elimination order that they were basically eliminated in, if that makes sense. So, the Royal Knight, she did "Holiday" by Madonna, and now I'll be honest with you, I was actually a bit underwhelmed with this performance, I must admit, but because I think I was kind of expecting her to do a proper powerhouse performance. But I feel like the song, I don't know if it's just the song or something, but it really lacked something for me, in my opinion, and I'm not too sure why. It didn't make me jump out of my seat as much. So I think her getting eliminated in 6th place was fair enough. I'll be honest with you. I was a bit shocked that she did get out first, because I thought it would be Sherlock Hound. But when I listened to the performance again, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Why? Because I don't think she leveled her performance up compared to last week with Miley Cyrus. That performance of Miley Cyrus, the Miley Cyrus what's it called again? Let me Google that up, because it was a fantastic performance. Hang on, it was what was it? When I Look at You, that's the song. When she performed "When I Look at You" last week, I actually got goosebumps, and I thought that her performance then was the best performance of the night. But honestly, I think this was the weakest performance of the night. To be fair, I don't know, I just didn't really gel with the song, I guess. But anyways, Royal Knight was indeed revealed, and it was indeed Jana Kramer, I believe. And Jenny got that right, by the way, and she pronounced the name correctly, because I must have pronounced it wrong. But I do find it pretty crazy that Jenny got that last second. To be honest with you, Jenny gets on my nerves anyway. So I sometimes I feel like that Jenny gets producers in the year telling her who they are, just so for all that BS. I feel like please Jenny, I want Jenny off the show. I'm sorry, but anyways, I thought Jana was really, really great overall this season. I think while her performance this week was a bit underwhelming, her other two performances were really, really strong. So yeah, while it is a bit of a shame that she had to go this week, it's definitely understandable. So good on you, Jana, for doing the show. I thought you were fantastic overall. And yeah, I really really enjoyed you being on the show. Now we're going to talk about Sherlock Hound, and I have to say, I honestly, he was definitely one of my favorites. Actually, I have to say, with Sherlock Hound, I'm honestly so glad he's made it this far because I think not only he's extremely underrated, but there's something about his voice that I just really really like. Like I don't know if it's just because he's got if it's just the tone of his voice, the gravel in his voice, but I don't know why he performed. I don't know why I really really like his voice though. So and he performed. Let me get that up. Not because I have to find the performances now. So he performed Ho Hey by the Lumieres. I've never heard the song before, but I actually thought he did a fantastic job in this song. Like he it was a crowd pleaser. He got the crowd going. He had fun, and I thought his vocals were really good. So yeah, I thought it was a very strong performance from him. And I have to say, when it came down to him and him and Strawberry Shortcake in the battle royale, I honestly couldn't tell who was going to be going through because while I because I feel like while I do think Strawberry Shortcake was definitely obviously going to go through, and mainly because I feel like Sherlock Hound, like there was no way they were going to have a male quarterfinal in my opinion. Even though I do feel like Strawberry Shortcake definitely gave the best performance of the night. But I thought he was really good. Honestly, I really enjoyed him, and I do feel like it sucks. It does suck a bit because I think on a different season, I think he would make it maybe to at least the Super Six at least because I really really enjoyed him. So yeah, so anyways, it was Sherlock Hound was the second singer to get unmasked this week, and it was indeed by Robin and Ken got it right, and it was Bronson Aroa, and former baseball pitcher and also a singer by the way. He does have he is on Spotify as well, and I must say I think honestly I feel like I have to say Bronson's got some proper singing pipes. Like he's definitely got a really good voice as well. Like I remember in that first performance of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I was kind of between Scott Stapp from Creed and Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish, but when I was with week two of him, I with the clues, I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's Bronson Aroa. And honestly, I wasn't too familiar with him at the beginning because, I try not to go with celebrities I'm not familiar with as much. But as soon as the week two clues came in, I was like, okay, it's definitely Bronson. And like I said, I do hope we see him do like an album of The Masked Singer, like him doing like Under the Bridge, of him doing Used to Be Young, him doing Oh Hey, and even Shivers, in the battle royale. That was that I did not expect that song to be in the battle royale. So yeah, I he was really good all season. So you know, kudos to you, Bronson. I thought you were fantastic, and yeah, welcome to the Masked Singer, my friend. You were fantastic, my friend. And finally, we have the last act of the night, and in my opinion, the best act of the night. That was Strawberry Shortcake, and I just thought she was absolutely fantastic. She performed. She performed. Let me get it up quickly. I keep forgetting because I'm very, very bad at like doing these, remembering songs. So she performed "I Hope You Dance" by Leanne Womack. I have heard this song before, and I just thought, you know, it was just so beautiful, and every single performance, she is leveling up. And the thing is, she makes these songs her very own, with her own twist, her own spin, and it's just so refreshing to see someone take a song and make it their own. It's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely loved. For me, she is the clear strongest female singer of the season, in my opinion. While you can make an exemption, a and while you could say another reason, being Paula Cole, who I do feel like was eliminated a bit too early. But I think, okay, here's my thing between Ship and Buffaloes in week 3 in the Group A finals. I I didn't know. I was kind of expecting Buffaloes to lose for some reason. I don't know why, but in the battle royale, especially in the running order, it was definitely the Buffaloes in their favour. So, especially in that battle royale when they did go your own way, I knew Ship was done for. And I'm kind of glad at the same time that they didn't save the bell. They didn't use the bell on Ship because number one, it would have felt really obvious and a waste. And two, like, I mean, if they did use on Group A, we wouldn't have seen, we wouldn't have seen Goo make another episode. We wouldn't, and I think Goo is clearly the deserving one to get the belt this season, in my eyes, at least. So yeah, that's my opinion there. But yeah, I think she's absolutely fantastic, and she's so deserved to go through this week. Anyways, my guess for strawberry shortcake, and it's the exact same as it was last week. I think it's AJ Michaela from Ali and AJ. I feel like I keep pronouncing her surname wrong for some reason. Anyways, we'll go for the clues quickly. It's a bit of a shorter video because we don't have too much to go through. So yeah, so my guess is AJ from Ali and AJ, like I mentioned. She mentioned that of her being in the big parade, and Ali and AJ were actually present at the Hollywood Christmas parade last year, believe it or not, the 26th of November. We saw Strawberry Shortcake in like a car, like parading down, and her and her sister were in a car parading down, at the Hollywood Christmas parade. We saw a pen, and so basically she had a diary with a pen, and there was like a music note at the top of it, like at the end of the pencil, like, and I feel like that could be a reference, maybe because she's a songwriter. I'm sure she does write songs. She mentioned that growing up. She mentioned about her growing up with her mother, and her mum was actually a musician. And she had performed with a Christian rock band called JC, which I've never heard of before. We saw the horse and carriage. And I've had to do some digging into this because on her social media she has posted loads of photos with her and horses, but I found out that she was actually in a movie back in 2010 called, I might pronounce this wrong, Secret Riot, I think. Um, um, so yes, so that was that, and the cow plush. Again, because I mean for me that's another reference to her being in Cowbells, but in 2006 was I think her first Disney movie, and her what was a clue for the stall clue with the Lucy, the mascot. What was her clue? Hang on, I'm gonna pause this quickly and just look up the clue quickly and to see what her post performance clue was. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so basically her post performance clue was mouse ears, and Mickey the mouse ears Mickey Mouse. She's been on Disney. So yeah, I should have written that down because I was like I almost forgot what it was for a sec, and then and I realized it's a mouse ears Mickey Mouse Disney. Of course, how foolish I am sometimes. But anyways, I'm convinced it's AJ from at this rate. And the fact we've now got such a strong quarterfinal lineup, in my opinion, because not only we have 4 phenomenal singing acts, but but also I basically predicted this literally before the season started. Well, I knew, Buffaloes I almost knew for certain. Wasp I had knew. Goo I had a feeling we'd get the bell. Strawberry Shortcake wasn't too confident on, but I did think of that eventually. So for me, it the lineup for each group is just spot on for me. So yeah, I'm very very pleased with that, with the lineup we have for the quarterfinals, and I'm just so excited for next week, guys. So, there you have it. That is the Masked Singer Peanuts Thanksgiving Night's recap and review. What were your thoughts on last night's episode? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I've got to ask you something. Now, I'm going to ask you this. I want you to let me know in the comments below. Who do you think is going home next week? Because let's be honest, the 4 remaining singers we have in the competition now are so good, in my opinion. So, like, okay, so let me just get this out of the way. Buffalo's absolutely staying. Wasp absolutely staying. Between Goo and Strawberry, I honestly think it's now. Look, in my opinion, I think it's going to be either between Strawberry Shortcake and Goo, and and the more I think about it, I have a feeling it's going to be Goo. And hear me out, because honestly, out of all the singers, I really want Goo to make the final 3 because. But I've noticed a pattern that's happened before, where the singer who would get the bell would be like the one eliminated in the episode that they rejoin. If that makes sense. Like we saw that with Poodle Moth in season 11. We basically saw that with Mantis, who was Blue Diamond Phillips, and Gargle, who was Keenan Allen. And I mean, Gazelle. She made the finale. Basically, she got saved and she made the finale. So I guess it wouldn't. I mean, I guess it doesn't really count in a way. But the only one who actually didn't get eliminated the moment she got the bell in the episode that she redeemed herself in was Medusa. Because think about it, she got saved by the bell. She won the redemption round, and then she went on to win the whole thing. And so I mean, and I have to say, but I just feel like I can just see that happening for Goo. I think Goo might be the one going home next week. And to be honest with you, I don't want it. I honestly don't want it to be Goo, in my opinion, because I think with my guest being Kobe Turner from the LA Rams, for me, I think Goo's one of the. For me, Goo is literally up there as one of the best athletes the show's ever seen. Like the vocals that man has is fucking effortless in my opinion. So, but I mean, I didn't think anyone would be able to beat Thingamajig, Victor Oladipo for season 2 because I mean he has got the absolute voice of a gift. Like, and I think Nicole mentioned that you have such a singing gift, or no, she mentioned that you have a real gift for singing. And the fact it was Victor Oladipo, an NBA player, was honestly insanity to me. Like I at the time, I never thought an NFL player would have such such a beautiful voice. And this is why I love seeing the athletes on the show, because you get to see a real, like, you wouldn't expect them to have such a good singing talent. So honestly, but yeah, sadly, I do think Goo will be the one going home next week, and even though I don't want it to be, that's my feeling right now. But let me know in the comments below. Who do you think is going home next week? And yeah, just let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe with push notifications turned on. I would really appreciate that. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.